Hey, what's up, everybody? It's Charles Sebastian. Welcome you guys to another episode of the DREAMERSPRO show. We cover everything from sports, hot topics, classic debates, entertainment, and we give you guys a fresh perspective on things and how we see them. And today we have a hilarious show for you guys. Before we get into it, please make sure you like the video and sub to the channel, man. So, LeBron James, man, he got everybody talking about it, man. He got everybody talking about it. So, for those of you who don't know, we produced the show yesterday that did very, very well on the rebuttal of Kevin Garnett and Paul Pierce and these guys on what LeBron had to say. For those of you who don't remember, I think LeBron was on his show or Tyler Halliburton's show, one of their shows, and they were talking about like the minimum requirement for games played and all of that and this and this and this and this. And, you know, LeBron made some comments that ruffled a lot of people's feathers, and Kevin Garnett and these guys as well. But I knew that once Rob Parker were to get a hold of this story, he would also have some strong feelings. But what surprised me was his co-host, Kelvin Washington, because Kelvin is a LeBron guy. But even when he heard LeBron's comments, he started going off, like when I say going off on LeBron in the kind. I'm like, wow, to hear a LeBron fan going off like this, you know, is pretty bad. But before I even get into what these guys had to say, today's video is brought to you by our sponsor, Prize Picks. Prize Picks is America's #1 daily fantasy sports with over 10 million members. Prize Picks makes it easy to get real money action on the sports and players you love. You pick more or less on at least 2 for a shot to win up to 100 times your cash. For example, this week I'm really looking forward to some of these upcoming games. This week I'm picking Stephen Curry for more than 29 points. I'm picking Kevin Durant for more than 27 points. I'm picking Giannis Antetokounmpo for more than 12 rebounds. And I'm picking Luka Doncic for more than 8 assists. If you're like me and you like to play it safe, you'll love Prize Picks' new feature, Flex Plays. It's the safest way to play. You can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. Plus, you can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. On top of this, Prize Picks puts their members first, so all withdrawals are fast, safe, and secure. When my picks hit, I can get my money as quick as in 15 minutes. So download the Prize Picks app today and use code CLNS to get $50 instantly when you play $5. That's code CLNS on Prize Picks to get $50 instantly when you play $5. You don't even need to win to receive the $50 bonus. It's guaranteed. And remember, whenever you support this sponsor, you're supporting this channel. Thank you. Okay, perfect. So what we want to do is want to play what Rob and Kelvin had to say in response to LeBron's comments, and then we're going to come back and continue on the show. Take a listen to what these guys had to say here.
During the conversation, because he's dealing with an injury, they mentioned, hey, what do you think about the NBA's 65-game rule and its impact on all NBA and player award voting? During his answer, in an effort to explain away why he's not a fan of the rule, LeBron may have put his foot in his mouth once again. Take a listen.
Playing 82 games in the 80s and 90s is not the same as playing 82 games in the 2020s. It's just not. The way we play, the level of pace, the level of the speed that we're playing at, it's a different game now. It's a totally different game. You know, it's a lot of soft tissue injuries that's happened now because of it.
Straight, boulder dash, poppycock. I mean, come on. Like LeBron, this is where people push away. You know, when you hear this and he's trying to justify and whatnot. We get the injuries and what's going on. People used to get injured there, and it was different defensively. But, Rob G., you did the research, right? Or you found out. You got them, too.
I got the numbers.
And the numbers just don't add up for LeBron, and that's the issue. And that's what we talk about. When you listen to these terrible podcasts and there's nobody there to push back and say, well, that's interesting, LeBron, because back in so-and-so, it's the same, and you're saying you're playing differently. What you got?
Man, let me tell you. You're right, because he is absolutely right what he said. It
All right,
was
that's
playing
why I want
different.
to talk to Rob G. Then.
No, I got the numbers. No, I'm saying he's absolutely right. And that the 80s and 90s was way harder to play in. Way more difficult to play in.
That's what I'm saying. All right.
Yeah, because, listen, let's talk about the numbers. First of all, LeBron typically, he can be this, he can be polarizing, he can be passive-aggressive. One of the things he normally is very astute when it comes to basketball. His acumen, he knows he's a historian. That's one of the things I appreciate.
How do you say that when he voted for Bronny for the All-Star game?
Well, that's the son. You know what I mean? Nepotism,
sorry.
cronyism.
Yes.
You got to
All
get
right.
that done. But, he usually is very well studied, historically, knows the game. That's one of the things you can at least appreciate about him. This one, he's dead wrong, in my opinion, for multiple reasons. Number one,
Are we recording this?
the 80s was the absolute, to me, hybrid of the two. You got the fast pace, and he's talking about pacing. Let's talk about the pacing. In the 80s, it was the fastest. In fact, the only pace that they had was 1 year, 87 to 88, when they had a slower pace. They were at 99.6, which the current pace is at 99.6. After that, you're talking 100.6 to 102.1.
Did he ever watch Showtime?
Showtime. The Celtics, the Pistons, the 76ers with Dr. J,
Yes.
Houston with the Hakeem and Ralph Sampson. The Nuggets, they were going back
The
in the day.
Nuggets would score 175
Regularly.
points on a regular basis. Yes.
And watch
Alex
this.
English and all those
Yes.
guys. Yes.
Kiki Vanderway. Not only were they playing at a higher pace, what else would you see? Punches, clotheslines, and hard fouls.
And they were physical. You come into the lane, guess what? You're going to get a two-piece and a
Absolutely.
biscuit.
So they are playing at a faster pace, way more physical. They didn't have commercial airlines. They did not have the advanced medicine and nutrition that they have right now.
They used to ride next to me on the plane.
Right, literally.
When I covered the NBA back then, NBA players sat next to me. We were on commercial flights.
Yep.
We took 6 a.m. flights out of every city. Like that was an NBA rule because back then you didn't come back home and get in your own bed. You would go on a road trip.
Yep.
And you would stay on the road and you would fly to the next city and we would be on those flights.
Exactly. So the idea that, it's just so hard now. All y'all do is go 35 feet out and set pick and rolls.
Fantastic. So you heard what they had to say. I want to get the attention of LeBron fans for a moment here. LeBron fans always ask the question, why do some people don't like LeBron? It's the antics. A lot of the stuff that LeBron does is just like those comments rub people the wrong way. It's just more antics. And I got to tell you, when people hear these comments, it annoys them. Rob brought it up about logistics and trap, but beyond that, it sounds like you're trying to make excuses. Oh, I couldn't do this, I couldn't do that. Number one. Number two, you also insult the intelligence of the fans and other players that also play the sport. Hence the reason you had guys like Paul Pierce and all of these guys pushing. They also played in the NBA. They also played. But if people wonder why, why is it? Because LeBron is polarizing. There are a lot of people that love him, especially people in the media that work for these publications and work on TV. But there are also a lot of people that just can't stand him, and it's for things like this. People already complaining about the fact that players are not playing enough. Load management had run amok. The All-Star game is bad. Players are not putting forth an effort. And the last thing the fan base wanted to hear was a LeBron James coming out and basically telling them, hey guys, this is why we can't play 82 games. And then you listen to his argument. You're like, you got to be joking with me, man. It's like, come on, man. Come on, LeBron. You can't be serious. So when you have a Rob Parker, and by the way, Rob has been one of the people saying that he thinks LeBron has outstayed his welcome. When you say things like this, it causes people like that to say, you see, man, if you weren't playing, we wouldn't be hearing none of this, man. We wouldn't be here. People don't want to hear it. They just don't. They don't want to. And it just sounds like another excuse. And then to talk about what they did, to suggest that it's easier, today's NBA is easier than previous eras, is laughable on its face. It's laughable. It's laughable with the amount of money, a lot of the supporting staff that these teams have, and people have spoken about this before. Right? It's insane, man. But you heard with Rob and even Kelvin. Kelvin, who is a LeBron James fan, Kelvin thinks LeBron is the best player to ever play basketball. You even heard him there. You knock it off. All right? Knock it off. These are my thoughts. Whatever you guys think, please leave your thoughts and comments in the comment section, and we catch you guys on the next show. Peace.